What's up, guys? Kilo Whiskey back here again. And like I said earlier, it's getting close to update time. And we got some new information today about what they're planning to do. Unfortunately, for Steam users like myself, the update's not going to be in effect until this Thursday. But for the client-based players, they'll have it today. So as of this Thursday for servers US1 and EU1, when the update starts, it'll run for about 9 weeks until, what is this here? February 21st is going to be the end. So you're going to have time to get through it. It takes a little while to harvest and collect all these different candies. So at least there's that. But I'll definitely be on this Thursday to hop into the update map and start going over different things. I can already see from just this information they've put out, there's going to be a lot of new and a couple things I'm kind of excited about. So there'll be a link down in the description to the same thing I'm looking at. You can go and sit and read through it yourself. You're going to have to use Google Translate because this whole thing's in Russian. And there's a lot of big changes, small changes, some event stuff, and just regular old update stuff. So starting this Thursday, you'll be able to travel to the new Winter City. That'll only be around while the update's active. Looks like they've changed Johnny's Exchange, which is the person that you would talk to trade candies for equipment. You get these candies by killing zombies and doing quests and finding them in different gift bags that are going to be scattered around that replace all the stashes on this map. Let's see. They've increased the elf spawn rate. Hey, you no longer got to use a surgical mask at all times. I guess COVID's dead, right? So I'm actually out here in Newlands, Caravan. I'm in Caravan right now, doing some artifact farming. So while I go through this list, I will be looking for artifacts because I am broke right now. I've been buying A1s off the board for trade points for Vanya. And so last year's Christmas update, you were able to buy M16A4s and M4A1s with candies in a SIG-550. This year, it looks like they've replaced the SIG-550 with the SIG-552, which is a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing if you really want a SIG-552, like I do. And it's a bad thing if you currently own a SIG-552. Because like the year before, and SIG-550 owners found out pretty bad, is SIG-550s last year were worth almost 200 million rubles. And after the Christmas update, there was so many people, such a massive influx of SIG-550s on the market from so many people getting them using candies from Johnny, that the value of the SIG-550 has crashed and still not recovered to what it was before that update. You know, they were around 200 million rubles, and I've seen them going for as low as 40 to 50 million rubles after that update, because there was just so many SIG-550s flooded onto the market. SIG-552s are even more rare than SIG-550s. It's, I believe, the most expensive gun to get from Vanya at 55,000 trade points. So you need to have Vanya unlocked and 55,000 personal credits with Vanya to get it. And pretty soon you're going to be able to get it for 3,500 candies. Now, 3,500 candies is not a small amount. It's going to take quite a lot of farming to achieve that number, but it's totally doable. So I definitely see the SIG 552 market crashing. That gun rarely, I've almost never seen that gun on the in-game board. It does come up every now and then, but it's a pretty rare gun to come up for sale. And I mean, I had a SIG 550. I really do love it, but I ended up selling it because I just got annoyed with the lack of ability to put a suppressor on it. And at that point in time, the accuracy and the recoil wasn't anything that special compared to the VSS and like the AK-107. But after this update, the way damage over 5.56, 223 damage has changed, recoil's changed. The NATO guns are a little bit more desirable now than they once were. So I'm kind of looking at getting back into, NATO weapons, and I mean, I still love my VSS to death, but there's cheaper guns to run that are just as effective now. So I don't plan on selling that anytime soon. But definitely looking at getting either a SIG 550 or the Commando back. I mean, since I've already started accumulating trade points for Vanya, I'll probably get a 50 from him and a 52 from the Christmas event is what I'll try to work towards. But anyway, enough of me yammering about that. Let me get back to updates. So, well, speaking of the SIG 552, one of the things I'm looking at in this update is you can now get a attachment for the SIG 552 to put a 96D suppressor on there, and that's kind of huge. So that's really pushing me towards getting it. The SIG 550, we won't be able to put a suppressor on that, but at least the 552, you'll be able to get it. There's a bit of an accuracy difference between the two. I think the SIG 550 is a 1.2 MOA, and I want to say the 550, the 52 is like a 3.1 MOA. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's pretty close to those numbers. Besides that, it looks like the Christmas candies are going to be valid for 90 days instead of 30 after Christmas. Oh, that's just the premium subscription. Okay, so the premium subscription is going to act like a regular premium subscription. It's going to last 10 days. Does not disappear over time from the inventory. That's going to be cool. Let's see, lifespan of candies has been increased. Okay, so the candy has been increased to 90 days. So the candies that you get from the event, you'll have them up to 90 days after the event ends. And if you didn't know, when this Christmas event ends and you can no longer get access to Johnny in the Christmas city, you'll be able to access the guide. Well, not the guide, but the vendor at the airport map. There's a where is he at? Let me just bring up not J. Bring up the map. So here at airport, right over here, and let's see, what is this? Bravo 3, grid 3, kind of right here, keypad 5-ish in the center. One of maybe it is the exchanger, I'm not sure, but the guy you're going to be looking for is right over here. He exchanges Christmas candies for the items, just like Johnny does in the city. So even though the update's gone, let's say if you happen to log off one day and you hop back on, update's gone, you still got candies to cash in, you can go to that guy and get your good stuff. Now, there's too much stuff in this update for me to go over. It's going to be, I'm just going to kind of skim through some of this stuff I'm looking at here. Let's see, snowballs no longer stun on impact. New PvE stuff, more PvP stuff. Let's see, there's going to be a new event. We got some new quests for the Christmas city. Oh, wow. Okay, that kind of sucks. They increased the minimum number of participants from 5 to 10, so you'll need at least 10 people to do those events on the board. That's one of the bummers, is when, like, you know, people start getting offline, waiting for players. There we go, anti-grav, look at that. There's my second anomaly, sadly. Second artifact. I'm dyslexic. And I'm not paying attention. Come on. Doing 3 things at once. But, full concentration. There we go. I did it that time. What else we got in here? The link to this Forgotten Ice City, or Forgotten Ice. Oh, that's pretty cool. I guess, let's see. We got some new clothing items. That's awesome. There's going to be a jacket and a stitched up sweatshirt that's going to be added. Sweet. And the long-awaited L96 sniper rifle looks like it's finally going to make itself into the game. It'll be available in the Black Forest map from certain traders. It looks like, so eventually they're going to have more NPCs selling the magazines for it, but it says here, so you're only going to be able to get it in the Black Forest map. I looked at the stats for the L96. Not impressed. Really don't care, honestly. It's I don't know. I would say between the WA2000 and the SVD, it just bolt action, magazine fed. I don't know. There's going to be a bunch of people that are going to say that it's like a $300 million gun, but it's statistics on paper. As of, you know, what I'm looking at right now, I'm not really that impressed. But I guess to be determined. We'll see. More merchants, flash hider, 18 round SVD mag. Never heard of it. I only thought there was a 5 and a 10 round, but maybe. It's saying that the SVD magazine will be automatically replaced with a 20. Is that a typo? 6B3 can now be painted. That's kind of cool. You know, I never noticed mushrooms not spawning an airport map before, but it says they weren't, and they will now, so at least that's fixed. More containers, increased food and water spawn. We got change recoil pattern for the FAMAS. SIG 550 now loses damage when firing long range. I didn't know that was a thing. Hey, new game mode, PvP. So new PvP mode on the board. It's called Sabotage. It's going to be attack and defend. That sounds interesting. I mean, the only game modes they got as of right now is what, team deathmatch and capture the flag. So more game modes. That's always welcome. As I almost walk into a chemical anomaly here. Decrease for recoil on the OTs, 14. What else we got? Hey, they reduced the recoil on the M4A1. That's awesome. Let's see here. Looks like they got some pictures of the new Vesuvius. Not Vesuvius. The Pripyat map. So I guess Pripyat will be out after they finish the Black Forest map. It's cool. It's nice to see it exists. I mean, they've only been talking about Pripyat forever, but I guess it does exist because I'm looking at a photo of it. It'll be in the link in the description. So we close. Animal scare zone. Let's see. A lot of quest adjustments. So they fixed a lot of dialogue, adjusted some of the quests. NPCs are supposed to give you an answer now, not just have dialogue that leads to nowhere. We'll see about that. Just wondering how many dialogues are still going to be broken and not have translation, be left in Russian. There's quite a few of them. Reward changes. Looks like they added a well to the USO village. Increased rewards. Fixed delivery quest. Trade adjustments. Looks like they adjusted a bunch of stuff with traders. Yeah, I would really recommend going into this because there's a lot of little details here. Let's see, added tile manipulation. I'm just kind of skimming. Let's see. Bartender now buys vegetables and parts of organs with trade points. Awesome. Craft. Fixed dismantling of medications. I don't see anything big. Spiders can now burrow underground and return to the spawn point after some time. That sucks. Okay. So it says, I guess that's a good thing. So normally what happens is, let's say I'm running along and a spider pops out from under the ground and starts chasing me. Eventually that spider will give up. And that spider will just kind of like hang out, you know, right there where he gave up at. So for another person to come along, they would then run into that spider. But they're saying they've updated it so that now if a spider loses track of the target after a certain amount of time, the spider will burrow underground and go back to its home. So it'll basically just, after so long, teleport back to its original spawn location. I guess so players outside Radio Tower don't get griefed by giant packs of spiders anymore. But that was fun. Fix the number of polar wolves in Newland North and on the island. It's been corrected. Well, it says the number of polar wolves on the island has been corrected. I wonder what that's supposed to mean. Like, I mean, I was there not recently, but I did a video on it. There wasn't that many. It was about the same number as there was dogs beforehand. There's supposed to be more left. Kind of curious about that. I can't imagine them putting less wolves out there. I mean, they don't normally like making the game easier. It's usually, what can we do to make players hate this game more? Make it harder. Sounds about right. Change some sounds, change the name of some of the client-based servers, optimized a few things. Now, the cool thing I really like about this document is down at the bottom of it, they did some questions and answers in the official Discord, which is also going to be linked down in the description to the Stay Out's official Discord. They recently opened this like a month or something like that ago. Wasn't that long ago, but yeah, like I said, there'll be a link to it down below. So they did this thing where they opened up a chat where you could ask the devs questions, and they would basically collect a bunch of questions, and this is them answering the question. They didn't actually answer them. It wasn't like ask and answer right there on the spot. They posted all these answers to the questions that were asked at the bottom of this update page. But this isn't all the questions. There was thousands of questions asked. They just picked like the top 50 is what it looks like. Hey, the question I asked is on here. I asked if you could, if they would give us the ability to change nicknames. Oh, I gotta serve as a pillow over here. One thing I've always found frustrating is that when you create, you can have up to 3 characters per Steam account, right? And if you want to create a new character, you have to kind of, you got to delete the old one. But let's say, you create a character, you get bored with it, whatever, you delete that old character, and then so many months later you decide you want to create another new character, but you want to use that same name. Well, you can't. The name's blocked. It will not allow you, because it gives you this notification that says, hey, name's already in use by another player. And you're like, no, it's not. That's the name that I had. I deleted that name, so why can't I use it again? Or why can't I change the name? They said, well, your name is linked to a bunch of the game mechanics, so if you change your name, it'll screw a bunch of shit up. So they have no plans on allowing you to change your nickname, which I think is, pretty dumb, because why wouldn't you, if a player creates a new account, that account should be linked to an ID number, and then the game mechanics should use that ID number, and then you should just see a player name. I mean, that's what a lot of other games do. That's the smart way to do it, right? But, that's, I guess, not the case here. Mosin rifle. Hey, look, they've already answered this question so many times, but people keep asking about it. Can they get like a PU scope for the Mosin gun? And the long-running answer has just been a straight no. They have no plans to add a scope to be able to attach to the Mosin Nagant, because they're claiming that it would unbalance the game, or the way the weapons are, which I don't see that argument, honestly, but okay. You can put a suppressor on a Mosin, but you can't put a scope on the Mosin. I'm not a historian here, but I'm pretty sure there was probably more scoped Mosins, in World War II and throughout history than there were suppressed Mosins. I don't know. I'm not, like I said, but I don't know that for a fact, but I'd be willing to bet something that there was more scoped Mosins and suppressed Mosins out there. I missed a war. Yeah, but that's a flat no from them. Let's see what else is in here. If there's any other first person, yeah, they're working on first person, but it's not a priority. They temporarily removed first person from the game for whatever reason. Looks like they're going to be changing a bunch of stuff down bases. They will be adding new achievements, changing game mechanics, NATO weapons. They don't have any plans on making a PvE only mode. I mean, why would you want PvE only? That would be kind of boring, right? But okay, whatever. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack in this thing. I would definitely check this out for yourself. So we got a mushroom and an anomaly and a spider. Big spiders. Sorry there. My three things going on at once. Let's see. Skill levels, rep, fortification, multi-core support, game engine. Yes, please change the game engine. Can we get some graphic overhaul and updates? They said they're looking into it, but it will not be anytime soon. No, I believe them there. I mean, you really can't complain too much, because at the end of the day, we're talking about a free-to-play game here. So, you can download this game, pay literally no money, and you can get to where I'm at. Yeah, it's going to take you a while grinding away. Buying a few things off the board and stuff like that, you can definitely fast-track your gameplay a little bit, but you can download this game and you can get a lot of play out of it completely free. So the devs get nothing from that. So there's like some people that complain about the in-game cash market, where they're like, oh well, they want you to buy this and buy that, and I can't believe I'm defending the devs here, but at the end of the day, like, bro, look how much game you get for free. And you got to think about the hundreds of thousands of people who have downloaded this game, played it for so many hundreds of hours for complete free. The devs got nothing from that. So if you don't buy shit off the cash market, I mean, you just think all this shit's for free? They got to make money somehow, right? So you want them to come out with DLC, you want them to, you know, do all these fancy updates and new guns and new equipment, but then you don't buy anything off the cash market to actually support the game. I mean, shit, at least get premium. That's what I usually tell people. You know, if you get anti-grav, there we go, look at this. If you're a free-to-play player, that's perfectly fine, but I would at least support the game somewhat and get premium. I can't believe I'm actually, you know, saying that, but it is true. It's, you know, I would at least get premium. Just throw them a bone. Premium is very useful. So you get 50% discounts on trades, travel. You get 50% discount on travel, not trades. You do get a discount on listing items to sell on the in-game market. I believe you even get one extra slot to sell things in-game to other players. So you get items faster if you buy them off the cash market. You know, it'll send you stuff. Go ahead and put all these artifacts in a container. I completely forgot. So finally, my trip is now paid for. It cost me 90,000 rubles to get here. With these artifacts, I just about paid for my trip. Rock and roll. Let's keep working out here. Yeah, but I'm sure you don't want to listen to me ramble on about that. But it is true, though, in my opinion, at least. You gotta give them something. Is that another anti-grav? Look at this. Hell yeah. Finally. Artifact farming is not the most profitable thing in the world, but you can definitely make some decent money doing it. Usually I'll hang out here until I fill all my containers. Once all the containers are full, I'll try to fill my inventory as much as I can before leaving, you know, because you got to pay that price each. It was 90,000 for a round trip. At least that's for me. That's what I got to pay is 90,000 per round trip. See, I knew that was going to happen. I just straight up ran through that anomaly. I was being lazy. I was trying to cut in between it, but it's like, you know, you're doing something wrong, but yet you do it anyway. Like, I'm looking right at it. Like, I don't feel like running back around this anomaly, but I know it's going to suck me in. Give me money. Now look how close I am to that guy, and it's not hitting me. Amazing. I've been further away from those anomalies and got hit. Some mutant boars down here. Probably some sylvans in those trees. Throwing rocks everywhere but the direction I'm walking. About normal. You can get lucky and get another anti-grav. I'm just right here by the spawn point. I'm not even going that deep into the caravan, and I can fill my containers just around the spawn. Yeah, sure, they're lower level artifacts, but they still make money. And sometimes I'll wander further into the zone, and I'll get lucky and get some more higher end artifacts over there by where like the sages spawn in the center of the map. Should be all catapult anomalies up here. Maybe I'm at a dead zone. Hello. Hey, look, a pillow. Oh, would not have been a comfortable pillow to run into. Where's my cursor? Cool. Now they're coming in. What are we up to? 7? But I'm gonna keep on going out here farming. I might hop over to Twitter. Not Twitter. I am just out of it. I might hop over to Twitch later and do a little live stream. But I'm gonna be out here working until I fill these containers. So at least another hour or so. But if you're still watching, thanks for tagging along, and I'll see you later this week when the update comes out. But I'll cut it off here. So until next time, see you guys later.